All right, g'day Australia. Richard here. Richard Ian, Minister of Christ. Some call me Minister Richard Ian of Kerr. Some people just call me Dickhead. It's okay. Either way, I am who I am, and you can't get away from that. So, here's Richard in your face. In retrospect to the social media ban on young children in Australia. Right. This, for some reason, it's entered my head. So I'm going to spit out some words about it. All right. Here's some light. I've got no light in here. It's pretty poorly lit for a YouTube video or whatever, where it's going to be. I'll put some light on the subject, maybe. Yeah, this is my little disgusting workshop of a house. It's not a house. It's like a studio. So it's a live-in studio. That's why there's always just stuff everywhere, like recording gear and easels and clay works and glazing works in my kitchen and a bookshelf full of stuff. And then you got sort of Chinese laundry, and then it just gets back to Richo. So hey, anyway, battery bank down here. That works well. Social media ban for the underages. Was it under 16 or something or whatever? Now, as adults that have gone through, anyone that's tried quitting cigarettes or quitting alcohol, or if you decide to become a vegan or a vegetarian and you've got to quit meat or quit whatever you feel like you've got to freaking quit to feel better, that's your choice. That's your choice to go about no longer having something that made you feel good and raised your dopamines and all that good stuff, make you feel good and safe and secure. Communication and family and friends and contacts and all that stuff, which makes us adults feel kind of good and at times vulnerable as well. But anyway, 5% charge on my battery. I might as well just quickly plug it in and stand in one spot. How can I do that? Here's one. Here's charger. Plug it in. Okay, recharging. So anyway, how long have these kids had social media for? Like, they've been able to have social media, all right? I'm pulling the camera up. Again, I'm down on one knee now at the moment, folks. I'm down on one knee speaking to you all. Speaking to bloody those in Parliament and those that have joined this Parliament, even though you've only been in Australia for a short period of time, but somehow you managed to end up in Parliament, in government. Well done. Congratulations. Job done. We will win this war without a bullet fired. Well done. Anyway, that aside, the social media ban on the young kids. Do you really think it's fair to give it to them for so many years and then just take it away? It's kind of like just telling any of you guys, you're no longer, as of today, allowed to have anything that makes you feel. You can't have grog, you can't have weed, you can't have anything that you can't have your cocaine, right? You can't have any social media. You got no contact with it. You can't. No, even adults. No. I reckon you should all have a fucking social media ban. Here's to a social media ban for all age groups. Fuck yous all. Get back to just reading your classifieds in your newspaper, or going to the community notice board in your town. Stop expecting everyone to check Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Fuck. Or what? How many avenues? Emails is bad enough. Like when we grew up, mate, we had turn dial phones, right? An answering machine was like, your family's got an answering machine and a colour TV. Wow. You know? We had letterboxes and pen pals. That's how we grew up. And this generation now, the amount of flooding that they've now got, like, we did not have that as children. We didn't have that. right? Our addictions began at 21 or when we got old and were finally allowed. Not for everyone. Some kids grew up in environments and families that were smoking and drinking, and they were drinking and smoking at the age of fucking 11 or younger. Just hey, that's what the life gave them. That's what life gave them. And when I came across where I live now, like where I live now is not where I grew up. Where I grew up was completely different. But maybe I was just protected. I'm sure there was, and I know there were actually, looking back on it now, there were families that were not as good, well off as our families and my neighbours and the circles that my family associated with. But when we moved here, the same circle, I guess the same circles are everywhere. And they're hidden, like literally, I don't reckon many of the parents that were born in the 40s and the 30s, 1930s and the 1940s, that had children in the 60s and the 70s, really expected the world to change so fucking much. But it did. For us that were born in the early 70s, late 60s, we lived the life that most of you guys now who seem to be running our councils and businesses, most of our corporations, you're all fucking pretty much younger than us, right? And you reckon you know shit. Now, just little heads up. You only know what you know since you were fucking born, and the rest you assume to know, because you didn't live it. And you ended up with the scars. And luckily, our generation lived all the fuck-ups that our parents couldn't fucking fix. And you can look at this gen that were born in the 70s, that are all, most of us are, there's two lots of us. Those that are really fucking fit and well. Actually, there's three. There's three lots of us. Those that are really, really fit and well. Those of us that are fit and well. And then there's those that are dying. Yeah, there's like three groups. But that social ban on media, it's not right. To let a young generation have, for so many years, the access to that drug called social media, and then take it away from them, just strip it from them. That's cunt act. It's not nice to do that, and it's like stripping away anyone's. It might have got out of control, but that's bad. If it got out of control, then we could say it's poor parenting or bad parenting. And then where does that come from? We could say that our local councils are not providing the right environments for the families to be good parents. And then the local councils can be, who can we blame above that? We could take it all the way back to God if we wanted, right? But that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Especially in a day when no one can decide what God is. Anyway, from one God to another, mwah, fucking love yous all. There's no need for the social media ban for the kids either. Just talk better. Discuss shit. Don't lie to your kids. Don't hide. But be wary, that you can't talk adult stuff in front of children unless you know they're old souls. Come on. You know what, I think you know what Richard's trying to say. Yeah, and I might be being a bit of a dick uploading this, but it's going to be uploaded, okay? Love you all.